broke his fifth metatarsal, and I just want to say how sorry we are to hear that. You hate to see anybody get injured, and it's just want to send him our regards from the organization, and hopefully he's back, sometime soon. I don't know what the prognosis is, but we feel terrible for him. Questions?
Luka will find a way to score, but what do you think about the way your defense put the clamps on everybody else on the way to holding them to 35% from the field?
Yeah, the defense was active. I felt like the game was tied together, really well. We played well at both ends, and when you play well offensively, you tend to put your defense in a good position, and vice versa. You get stops and you get rebounds and you get out in transition, and the offense is more likely to flow. So it's a really good two-way game for us, and feel like these last couple of weeks we've been kind of grinding and just hoping to get out of the mud, and tonight felt kind of cleansing, like, okay, we're right again, but we got to prove it by having another good game on Thursday.
How positive a step was it from just kind of a balanced scoring perspective? You have Klay in the lineup, but he's getting shots, Jordan is, and just the balance perspective.
Yeah, the balance was great. Jordan as the sixth man, having a really good scoring night. Klay just playing a Klay Thompson game, just clean, moving the ball, taking the open shots, not forcing anything, making a couple of great moves to the basket, but then, moving the ball on. And I thought everybody really did a good job of just, spacing the floor and moving it on to the next guy. And we got a lot of really good looks.
Klay had like 3 behind the back passes, and he was throwing up the vision goggles for himself. What does having him as a facilitator and a playmaker and a passer just bring to this team?
Well, he's such a good shooter that people have to honor him out beyond the 3-point line, and he's big and strong, so he can get into the paint and get by people, especially when they're closing out on him. So he can attack that closeout, and with the floor spaced and him finding people, just makes the game a lot easier.
Steve, Steph seemed to work inside out tonight rather than outside in. Did you see that? Was that something he did different, or was that the plan, or is it just the flow of the game?
That's the plan. If Steph is no longer a 3-point shooter, he's just, we're gonna really look to get the ball to him in the paint and maybe turn him into a back to the basket player.
But he he honed in on his mid-range game, and then he kind of pulled out a little bit.
He's been great. The last few games, I said it, the other day, he's actually playing really well. The 3-point shot hasn't been going in, but he's making mid-range shots. He's getting the ball into the paint. He made some brilliant passes. He had 7 assists, and he rebounds so well for a guard. He's doing everything for us, and pretty encouraging that we can have a game like that without Steph lighting it up from 3. So we know that's going to come, and it's just a matter of time. But in the meantime, he's playing great, so we're not worried about anything.
Steve, Klay had a couple of those passes to Kuminga late in the fourth. I mean, how much does Klay's playmaking that way do for you? And are you surprised those two have already clicked so easily after not having much time together yet?
Well, I think this was Klay's best game in terms of just his patience and allowing things to happen. He wasn't forcing it at all. And because the floor was spaced and we had a good flow to our game, Jonathan was able to use his athleticism and his speed and free himself up. And you can see just how powerful he is as an athlete, how explosive, and it's fun to see that connection happen. And that transition dunk was just spectacular.
You, I think, said during the TNT broadcast that you're trying to avoid having Klay ride the bike for such long stints at a time, and you did kind of change up his rotation. What are you guys looking to do with those minutes in rotation moving forward?
we're just trying to avoid having him, not play for 45 minutes of actual time. So tonight we just had him play the first 6 minutes of the first and second quarters. And I felt like there was a better rhythm to it. His minutes restriction was moved up to about 25. So second half, we were planning on maybe, 3 shorter runs, but because the game was in control, we decided to let him go so he could just, find his rhythm and keep playing. And so we'll just try to do a better job of, helping him find his rhythm by playing him in shorter spurts, but with fewer long breaks.
And quick follow-up, I'm assuming his knee is feeling all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, his knee is fine.
You had a stretch of the game where you had both Steph and Andrew on the bench, and basically Jordan and Klay took their place, and JP played alongside those 3 guys. I mean, it looked like Jordan really kind of found something with that threesome out there in the backcourt, and well, Klay was on the wing actually, like Wiggs would be. But just what was the purpose behind kind of getting those guys out there together, and what you like from what they saw?
Well, we've been looking forward to trying to get them, on the court together, just because of the playmaking and the shooting. The last month or so, as we've struggled offensively, people have really loaded up on Steph, and we haven't been able to play lineups like that. And so to get those 3 on the floor together, you got great spacing, great shooting, playmaking, the ability to put the ball on the floor, and they'll make defenses pay for overloading towards Steph, and that's really helpful.
Hey, Steve, I understand the point you made the other day about rookies and the up and down nature of things. But when you see the kind of game that Kuminga had tonight and the one he had in Chicago, what sort of things do you see that show what he could become?
Well, the athleticism and the explosion is obvious for anybody to see. That kind of physicality, in theory, allows him to guard any spot on the floor. And so what we're working with him on every day is defensive responsibilities at different positions, different schemes, what his responsibilities are if he's guarding the ball, if he's guarding the screener, if he's guarding the weak side, low man. They're all different responsibilities, and he has to learn them all. And so one of the reasons we've brought him along slowly is he's got to learn those things before we can really trust him to play big minutes. And in my mind, it's a really organic, natural way to bring a young player along. And rather than just hand him minutes, he's got to earn them by, making the right plays and the right reads.
What did obviously the stat line was good, but what did you like from Jordan's game coming off the bench today?
Well, if he can attack the way he did tonight and be aggressive while coming off the bench, it gives us more punch, with that second unit when Steph is off the floor. But then if we can mix him in with Steph and Klay as well, like we did, then it gives us another lineup combination that's a totally different look to what teams have been used to seeing. So it's I think it could be a great role for him, but he has to grow comfortable in it. And tonight was a good sign that he'll be able to do that. Thank you.
Jordan, what did this night feel like in terms of just the kind of game you guys kind of been looking for, where you can go out there and just play ball and kind of crush somebody?
What you mean?
You won big, and you haven't been winning big lately.
To continue to do what we've been doing. I mean, our defense has been pretty good the last couple of games. We were able to hit shots. A lot of guys stepped up. And it was just an overall big win, especially after going to Dallas and taking a pretty big loss. So,
Did it feel like guys were making the extra pass more tonight? It felt like there was a lot of that kind of like, pinging around the perimeter.
yeah, I mean, I think we played really good team ball tonight. A lot of one mores, a lot of extras, getting a lot of people in their spots and getting them good shots. We caught a rhythm pretty early, and it's just kind of hard to stop us after that.
Jordan, you looked hyped a lot of times after Kuminga was making plays. Do you have a favorite one in particular? And what have you seen overall in his growth?
Mm, it's just good to see him out there competing, playing hard, seeing him on the court, showing his ability, playing with a lot of confidence. We know he's extremely athletic, but getting him to make the right plays, take the right shots, take the easy shots for him because, we have so many threats out there. We'll be able to get him some easy looks. So just continuing to learn and play his game, and I'm just happy that he's out there getting game experience.
Hi, Jordan.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. How do you see Klay evolving each night? And Steve just mentioned that it was his best game in terms of just allowing the game to come to him and making the pass and just not trying to do too much, and led to 6 assists and a
Yeah.
good night.
Yeah, Klay was huge tonight. The 3 threes that he hit back to back to back gave us a huge boost. We're gonna find him. We're gonna try to put him in situations where he can get easy looks. He's such a threat with the ball and especially off the ball. Get him going early. He was able to hit some shots. Klay is Klay, so we're extremely happy to have him back, and the way he's been playing, just continue to move in the right direction forward, and it'll just make us even more dangerous.
Thank you.
This was one of your better nights coming off the bench. Is that something does a night like this help you get more comfortable doing that?
Really big win tonight. We were able just to swing the ball and get a lot of good looks. We got a lot of good looks early, and I don't know. We had it going. We had it clicking, and we got a lot of good shots. A lot of people got going early. We were able just to, I guess, get a big win.
Do you change your approach mentally at all when you're coming off the bench as opposed to starting?
When I come in, I gotta feel the rhythm out a little bit of the pace of the game. Sometimes we come in, we'll be up, we'll be on the scoring run, or we'll be in a drought a little bit. So just trying to figure out where you can fit in. If we got the ball moving, if we don't have the ball moving, try to still be aggressive, take the shots if I'm open, take the looks that I get, but just still trying to, play my game.
Would you say that was the best the ball has moved, just kind of team wide in a while?
I think we're going back to where we started before, to whatever the ball move each side, and that helped everybody to get easy bucket or just the team moving on the right way. And it felt good to just have everybody moving, the ball moving.
Jonathan, along those lines, you and Klay kind of connected a couple times there late. How much fun is it to start to get a clicking with him and get him on the court passing and doing his thing?
It is super fun. Actually, me growing up watching Klay playing basketball, I never really seen him pass the ball the way he did today. So it's surprising, but just having him on the floor, it means a lot because it's just gonna help you out. Because a lot of people are gonna try to go double or stay for Klay. You're gonna be right open to just score easily.
You were a perfect 4 for 4 from 3 tonight. How much have you been working on that outside shot, the 3-point range, and just kind of how good did it feel to kind of catch fire tonight from long distance?
I feel great. Actually, I've been working on my shot since I got drafted here, because the way we play, the way the ball move, and the people we got on the floor, they're always gonna be trap, or if they get in the kick out, you're always gonna be wide open. So they're not trying to have nobody on the wing that's really gonna have the defense collect. So just stand out there, give me more confidence, and it opens up for everybody else because they're gonna try to help, or sometimes they're not gonna help. And if they help, I'm just gonna be ready to shoot a three.
Is that your favorite dunk this season?
I'll say yeah, it's my favorite one.
What are the competitors with that?
I mean, I haven't gotten none like that yet, so just having that my first time, especially here, it felt good. Good. Thank you. Oh man.
Eyes in the back of your head tonight a little bit.
Yeah. Those feel great when they're completed. So that's growing up, it's funny because coaches try to tell you to fundamentally throw no one-handed passes, two-handed chest pass, but if you want to be a complete basketball player, you got to be able to make that behind the back play.
Jonathan was just up here and he said, growing up watching you, he's never seen you pass as much as you have been in these past couple of games. And you say it's being part of a complete basketball player, but is this something that you've wanted something you wanted to add to your game?
Well, played point guard growing up and I played quarterback. So vision was always in my repertoire, but just, I think I'm at my best when I'm playing off the ball and I'm catching, I'm shooting, I'm cutting. And I just thought tonight I did a good job of making the right play and not forcing anything. And each shot I took was a good shot. And I'm going to build off this and hopefully do the same thing on Thursday.
Is this the kind of cleanest team offensive basketball you feel like you guys have played in a while?
Yeah, especially considering the last few games that were real nail biters. It was fun to get a big win against a very good offensive team. So it was a very complete game for us.
You were questionable with the knee, obviously missed last game. Can you just tell us, I guess, just a little soreness you're dealing with?
Yeah, just a little soreness. I kind of had a little hyperextension in the previous game, and I was sore. It was a little swollen, and luckily for me, the swelling went down, and I was able to play tonight and have fun while doing it.
Hey, Klay, good seeing you. What's been your impressions of how Jonathan's grown throughout this season, and also how he's just handled the ups and downs of a rookie season of not knowing when he'll play and all that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a challenge when you're a rookie, is trying to get your minutes. But you saw what John's capable of tonight. I mean, his jump shot looked great, very fluid, and obviously his ability to play above the rim is something that you can't really teach. And like I said this before, I have so much confidence in our young guys, John, Moses, JP, James. These guys are all going to be in the NBA and be great players for a very long time.
Well, do you guys need a game like this where you kind of think where things kind of worked for pretty much everybody? I mean, everybody got involved, everybody did something, everybody contributed, and you were able to beat it, like you said, a pretty good team by a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we needed it, but it's definitely well welcome. So I am just happy that I was able to uptick my minutes tonight. I mean, that was probably a season high for me, 25 minutes, and get my good rest tomorrow. And I'm excited to play against the T-Wolves on Thursday, and felt good to make some three balls too and have an efficient night from the floor. I really pride myself on my efficiency, so it felt good to be myself again.
Steve was saying that he thought this was your best game just in terms of your overall patience. Does it feel like things are kind of settling down for you? Like, are you seeing things a little bit better?
I think so. I mean, such a competitor. I mean, sometimes I want to get it all back in one night. especially when you're off for a couple years. But, you know, I'm at my best when I'm just playing within the flow of the offense and I'm letting the game come to me. And I thought I had a very good game tonight, well balanced as far, I mean, 6 assists, it's high for myself. And I just had a lot of fun out there, you know, when I'm having fun and I'm playing with energy and focus, the shooting and all that stuff will take care of itself.
They switched up your rotation. You know, you're starting the second quarter. And Steve said part of that was so you wouldn't have this like 45-minute break essentially. I mean, do you feel better kind of get back in the game quicker?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially at my age and what I've been through. It felt good to start the second and I was loose and I was active. So if it was nice and hopefully we can learn from it.
Klay, you're still a young man.
That's true.
uh,
That's true.
when you you missed the layup and then you looked like you were furious, man. You were talking to yourself, it looked like out there, and then you came back and you banged a couple of threes back to back and forced J Kidd to call a timeout.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind in between that little stretch there?
Man, I hate missing layups, especially wide open, but I'm human and look, and I thought I did a good job of, like you said, not letting it affect the next play, being a continuous player and just letting it fly and doing it in a good rhythm. You know, I wasn't forcing my shot tonight. I thought I was doing it within the offense, and I'm going to learn from this game, especially taking the years I had off. It's kind of like it's really close. It reminds me of my rookie season as far as just relearning the offense and spacing and where I can get my shots off.
This was as productive a game as Jordan has had kind of coming off the bench in a game you've started. How much do you need him to pretty consistently kind of play like he did tonight?
I mean, Jordan is a very competitive person. And what I love about him is during his rookie season and even his second year when he would have a tough night shooting or he was struggling with his jump shot, I would see him in the gym after games getting up a ton of jump shots. And, you know, I love what he did tonight, but when you see a player care that much and you see him care about his performance, that's what really impresses me. And I'm not surprised by his growth because he's an extremely hard worker and he's only going to get better. I mean, the kid's only 22, like he's going to be really good for a really long time.
Was this just the most in rhythm your shot felt? I mean, it seemed kind of, again, from the corner, from mid-range, it kind of seemed kind of just easy flowing for you tonight.
Yeah, definitely felt good. I felt like I got my legs under me and I just thought I had a great base every time I shot the ball. And, you know, I was told and to expect some rust, but I still want to be great, even having the layoff I did. And I just am hopefully going to build off this because I really pride on myself on, you know, being as efficient as possible.
Klay, Jason Kidd said before the game just how admirable it is what you've come back from. And do you have a sense for what being back on the court means to the whole NBA and just how much does that mean to you to hear that from an opposing coach?
Well, that means a ton coming from Jason Kidd. I grew up watching Jason. Obviously one of the greatest point guards to ever play. And when you have respect from your peers like that, that's what you play for. So to hear that from him, that means a lot. And obviously he's done so much for the Bay Area as far as representing Oakland, and, you know, his NBA career is incredible. And I just really appreciate those words from him.
All right, just a couple of quick ones on Zoom. Christos, go ahead.
Hey, Klay, hope you're doing well. How do you feel shape-wise at this point of the season since your return? And what is your mindset every time you step on the floor?
Oh, that's a good question. My mindset is just to play with energy, great focus, and enjoy. If I do those three things, I know I'll be successful. I can be my harshest critic at times, especially when I don't have a good night at the office. But from what I've been through, just to be able to find joy in the game and play basketball, I mean, that's all I'm really consumed with right now.
All right, last one. Let's go with Maria. Go ahead, Maria.
Hi, Clay. Congrats for the win and your performance tonight. How would you describe tonight's game? For instance, JK performance, and what do you think has helped you to get this win?
I thought I played well. I mean, I had some really good passes. And then what helped us get this win, I would say just our defense was great, holding them to a low field goal percentage from 3 and the field, as well as our offense. I mean, when you have an assisted turnover ratio like we did tonight, and that ball zooming around the perimeter, we're cutting hard to the rim. We're a really hard team to beat. So I thought it was A plus for the Warriors. No problem.